Hello, I'm Dr. Vincent from the University of Rwanda. Welcome to Unit 7, Identifying the Role of Institutions and Governance Structures in Promoting Climate Change Adaptation, Mitigation, and Justice. In this unit, you will learn how local and international organizations are involved in climate change actions. The unit focuses on 4 components: climate change governance, the role of international organizations in tackling climate change issues, the role of local institutions in climate change adaptation, mitigation, and justice, and institutions and governance structures involved in promoting climate change. Starting by climate change governance, it is worth noting, first of all, that climate change is a major and a global challenge for human society and an important issue in the context of sustainable development governance. Climate governance issue is no longer solely a state-centric governance. Global climate governance was formalized through the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change in 1992, with the purpose of promoting opportunities and prompt action to address climate change. Now, let us see how both international and local organizations play the role in climate change adaptation, mitigation, and justice. We start by the international organizations. The international organizations deal with both mitigation and adaptation measures, actions, and at the same time formulating effective ways of managing the consequences of these measures across the different sectors. They adopt measures against the release of carbon emissions while adjusting locally to the impact of both anthropogenic and natural climate change through initiatives that prevent or minimize harm generated by changes to the climate system. At the international level, various climate initiatives and agreements are done. Every year, since 1995, the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change organizes the Conference of the Parties, commonly known as COPs, that brings together nations and territories that have signed on to the Framework Convention. They assess the climate situation and take climate measures and agreements to be implemented by all countries. For example, in 2015, at COP21, it has been adopted in the Paris Agreement that mitigation policies should be oriented toward the internationally recognized goal of limiting the increase in global average temperatures to well below 2 degrees Celsius by 2100, and preferably 1.5 degrees Celsius compared to the pre-industrial levels. Other international organizations work with local organizations and institutions in the implementation of different climate actions at local and regional levels. Local organizations also play a big role at local level. Local organizations include the public institutions or local government, civil society institutions, and private institutions like NGOs and charities or private businesses providing insurance or loans. The local institutions make awareness of climate change issue and raise voice for action and influence policy makers to integrate climate risk and actions into development planning across sectors and from the national to the local levels to make development more resilient to climate change. They also implement different projects to tackle climate change effects. Now, what institutions and governance structures are involved in promoting climate change actions. Climate change as a global issue involves multiple organizations gathering consumers, community activists, policymakers, artists, families, and more. They are helping people set up and hopefully save the planet. They operate at different levels. For example, the UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change and the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change act at the UN level. There are also other working at international level with significant actions and impact at local and regional levels. For example, the Climate Action Network, CAN, is a global network of more than 1,300 NGOs working with government and individual action to address the impact of climate change. CAN working groups address a variety of issues including agriculture, science, policy, and technologies. It has regional hubs in different regions including West Africa, South Asia, Latin America, and Eastern Europe. Another example is Greenpeace. Greenpeace is a global organization founded in 1971. It uses peaceful protest and strategic communication to highlight environmental issues and promote solutions. Now, in more than 50 countries, Greenpeace works to halt deforestation, protect ocean health, stop nuclear testing, and more. Through solutions rooted in social justice, they hope to help communities that are more impacted by climate change. Many other organizations that work at regional scale, such as the Arab Forum for Environment and Development, operating in Arab regions, Asia Pacific Adaptation Network, operating in Asia and Pacific region, Caribbean Community Climate Change Center in Caribbean regions, Climate Justice Alliance in the United States, South Durban Community Environmental Alliance in South Africa, and more. As we conclude Unit 7 of our course, I hope you found it fruitful. Kindly engage yourself in reading the materials and take the quiz. Thank you very much for your attention. Hoping to meet you again soon in the Unit 8. Bye-bye.